Welcome to the Town of Farmington Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. Please stand for
the flag, the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
to the Zoning Board of Appeal members. To my left is Tom Head, and then Jody Bennett. Kelly is not here tonight, and I'm Tom York. I'd like to introduce the town staff. Code Officer Dan Del Priore, Director of Development Ron Bran.
Yeah.
And our stand-in clerk of the board, John Robitelli. I watch out, that seat gets you staying there if you're temporary.
He's known as the temporary pro tem.
Okay. I assume everyone saw the meetings of the minutes for July 24th. Can I get a motion and a second to accept them?
Motion.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we didn't have legal notices. Move on. So we have one continued public hearing for ZB 0301-23 Fowler Family Trust, 6176 Hunters Drive, Farmington, New York, 14425. The applicant is requesting an area variance to the provisions contained in Chapter 165, Attachment 1, Schedule 1 of the Farmington Town Code. The applicant wishes to create a third lot that would have a minimum lot width of 30 feet. The town code requires a minimum lot width of 125 feet. Proposed lot would be parts of a proposed re-subdivision of the lot number R5-A with a tax ID number of 29.13-1-5.100 and lot number R5-B with a tax ID number of 29.13-1-5.200 of the Pheasant Crossing subdivision. These three proposed lots will be located along the west side of Pheasant Crossing and within the Pheasant Crossing subdivision tract. All lots are zoned RS-25 residential suburban. Is there anyone here who'd like to speak this continuation? No? You have anyone online?
You don't have anybody online.
Fine. So our draft resolution would be to continue this. Now would continue this to the Sep 20. We talk about that.
Yeah, so just so you guys are aware, Ron and I did meet with the planning board chairman, which this is referred to, and you're waiting on their recommendations. And on that recommendations referral, right?
Both.
Oh, okay. I just and the information hasn't been submitted as of yet for them to move forward with their review. They're anticipating that might take into October before giving you any information back. So when this was originally drafted, we thought that this might be sooner. So we would like the board to consider when they're moving this open hearing to.
To the meeting of October.
All right. What's your thoughts on this, Ron?
Well, the issue here is the deadlines were missed. So right now they're looking at October 4th for the deadline to determine that the application is complete. In other words, in September, they're going to get what they asked for, going to be reviewed. Hopefully everything is okay. They can determine the application complete. It then goes to the county for their meeting, but it will have missed the deadline to submit to the county for October. The October 4th meeting is after the September 30th deadline of the county planning. So that throws it into November. So your meeting in November is the Monday after Thanksgiving, and that looks like it's the most logical time for the county to have done their review, for you to have received a report and recommendation from the planning board that you asked for, and for a determination of significance to be made under seeker. With that said, you could continue it to October. Chances are you're probably going to have to continue it to November, because you want to had the county planning referral back, allow you to act. It's all like a Chinese menu, but it does come together.
And so we want to talk about is moving this to November 27th meeting.
At the date.
And if something else not going up.
Well, you gotta set it, so.
Yeah.
That'll be the, that would be the date.
And that's,
Right, that always gets made on our docket, but this particular.
So I'll make sure I'm clear.
yeah, so I mean, worst case scenario, if all the pieces don't go together. You guys, that would be a continuation again, but the hopes is that gives the planning board plenty of time to work with the applicant. And get you guys everything you need to, at your November meeting.
I'm good with November.
Motion to move the continuation of this hearing, this applicant to November 27th.
Make a motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, let's move tabled.
Adjourn to the 27th of November. Okay.
So we move on to other board matters.
From the planning aspects of things, we are working on some amendments to the town code. Part of that is the Chapter 9 duties and descriptions of the zoning board of appeals, which you've all reviewed. And then the other thing is we are amending the town code to address the 35 foot setback variance issue. And that hopefully will be going into the town board next month, and then to county planning in October for their review, with a public hearing, the second meeting in October, to clear up some of the surety issues and to address these setback anomalies that exist in the R 7.2 district, Farmbrook.
So it wouldn't change for the principal structure, but any orchards and the things that keep coming to you guys, it would give relief
Next.
for that.
That's just for Farmbrook or is that for?
Any R 7.2.
Okay. Okay.
Farmbrook is just an example. Trying to think if there's any other 7.2 that I can recall.
That's your majority of it.
Oh, farmers, the freaking flyers.
Yeah.
Okay, public comments, open forum.
I got a couple things for you.
All right.
Ron stole some of my thunder about the code updates. We've been working on it together, so I can't take all the credits, but. We still have an opener of the clerk board position tonight. John Robitella has been gracious, he's been covering for Sarah, who is on a much due break away from here. Probably overdue, I should say, break. But she will still be covering for you guys until we find the clerk of the boards. We did fill the open position. I still don't know who's going to be your zoning officer. We hired a gentleman that's going to do codes and partial zoning. So we're going to see where everybody, because I have another gentleman that we hired a few months ago that we're going to see who fits the roles the best. So you're going to have to deal with me for a while, probably, until I figure that out and we get people up and trained. But the positions have been filled. It's just now it takes anywhere from 6 months to a year to get all the training under their belts. So it's going to be a little bit before you see a new person to the zoning board meetings. I also want to talk about your next meeting, September 25th. At this point, no applications have been received. So there's nothing on your agenda. So the question we bring to you guys is, do you want to have that meeting, or would you like to cancel that one and we'll post that?
Workshop.
I'm gonna just be getting home, so I'm also cancel.
Okay. So your next meeting will be your October meeting. Maybe. I mean, we'll reach out to the chairman, and the chairman can reach out to individual board members. If there's nothing on that meeting, then you'll have the option again to.
That's 23rd, correct?
I believe so. I don't have a calendar in front of me, but tentatively at this point, your next meeting will be in October. I believe we gave you some literature tonight. Some literature with your packets tonight, and I believe Sarah's been sending out trainings. I mean, now that you don't have a meeting to get prepared for, it might be a good time to get some of your trainings if you haven't already.
I got it today. Just this afternoon.
On email.
Oh, is it an email?
Yeah.
Oh. There's 3 classes.
Well, that's.
20 hours.
I've been to the one in Batavia multiple years, usually pretty good, get your training out of the way in one shot if you're available that day. But there's also online trainings once a month through MRB and Hancock, I believe they pair up with. That also counts for your trainings. So that's all I got.
Comments?
As far as I know, you did.
Officer update.
You got, yep, you got my update.
The board was talking about. Now.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Means adjourned.